everyone, Justin with the Podcast Dojo. Today on Abandoned Locations, we are going to be talking about Publix. And no, I don't mean they're shutting down anytime soon. No, I really don't think I'll ever have to think about doing an Abandoned Locations on them. Actually, I was here to tell you guys, did you know that they actually opened their own shopping mall at one point? So let's not waste any more time and go ahead and talk about it. The story begins at 1967 when Publix supermarkets purchased the land of Northwood Mall with the intent of creating a strip mall that would be anchored by Publix. However, Tallahassee merchants feared that big-name tenants would put them out of business and came up with a new plan: create an indoor shopping mall that would be anchored by Publix. Publix, who accepted the idea, went back to the drawing board with new development plans. Northwood Mall would open on September 30th, 1969. With Miami-based Byron on one end and a Publix grocery store on the other. Other retailers included Arnold's Menswear, Gilberg's Fabrics, Little Folks Toys, Turner's Apparel, Mendelssohn's Apparel, Ecker Drugs, and Reinhauer Specialty Store. Northwood Mall was the first shopping mall in Tallahassee. Between 1974 and 1984, Northwood Mall opened Silver Slipper Steakhouse, which was a very popular destination at the mall. However, there was a major problem with the mall. The Publix manager was also the mall manager and had no experience running a shopping mall. As a result, there were a lot of inconsistencies with store hours, signs, and store graphics. It didn't help that Tallahassee Mall opened up less than half a mile away, and Governor's Square Mall opened up in the same year 2.5 miles away from Northwood Mall. The mall would change ownership many times, starting in 1983, with a joint venture of Harold Winnell and of Fort Lauderdale and the Zarimba Company of Lakewood, Ohio. Northwood would change ownership just 2 years later again in 1985 and was renovated as an office, data, and storage facility. 4 years later, in 1989, the property would change its name to Northwood Center. The only remaining tenant, Publix, moved out in 2002, making the mall now officially an office space. The mall was sold for the fifth and final time in 2007, with yet another joint venture of Ajax Partners and JRK Birchmont. They repaired and refurbished the office spaces, but it wasn't enough. The property would go through years of legal battles due to issues with mold and bat infestations. The property would meet its end in 2016. So what do I think of all of this? Well, I think despite Publix building the mall and being an anchor, I think the mall still could have used a mall manager. If there had been a mall manager, do I think things would have been different? I do, actually. I think if there had been a mall manager, they could have kept things consistent with hours and operation of the mall, and then Publix could focus on their grocery store. I don't think it would have kept the mall alive today because I feel bigger and better malls took over, plus the introduction of the e-commerce industry. In fact, the Tallahassee Mall that siphoned off a lot of their business isn't even doing so hot today. Well guys, I know that was a little bit of a shorter video, but I really think it's important to cover all of these malls so they aren't lost to time. Hope you enjoyed the video, hope you learned something. Consider subscribing if you would like to see more abandoned documentaries. And if you're interested in video games as well as cooking videos, I just started a new channel called Kabanov's Corner, where I'm going to be doing my cooking recipes and I'm going to be doing video game discussions. So I hope you guys will join me there. But if not, I'm glad you stuck around for the video. I hope you learned something, and I will catch you guys next time.